roll up for an exciting experiment. Hi everybody, this is an outdoor egg challenge. Your task is to design and build a container that will protect an egg when you drop it from a height. That does sound a challenge. Firstly, you need to have a look around your home. See what kinds of materials that you can grab and scavenge to create such a container. Now, I found some bits of material. I found 2 pipe cleaners and a cardboard cup. Let's go. Ta-da! Okay, so I've gone for a parachute container. A container then that's got this piece of material on the top that's going to act as a parachute as I drop it. You might choose to do something different. You might see if wings might help slow the drop of the egg in its container, helping to protect it. Here we go. Choose a good egg specimen. Put it in. I'm nestling mine. I'm pulling my material all around it. Trying to give it a little bit more protection. And then, very carefully, and you might want an adult to help you with this, find a spot from which you are going to drop your egg. Be careful. So I'm going to stand under the chair to give me some height from which I can drop my container. Be careful what you choose to stand on. Ask an adult to help you. And then I'm going to let it go and see what happens. There was a thump. Did the egg survive? Well, as you can see, it came out from its container but no cracks. It survived intact. This egg survived intact. If unfortunately yours didn't, never mind. Have another think about how you could design your container. Does it, for example, need more protection? Does the egg need more padding to cushion it when it falls to the ground? If your egg did survive, that is excellent. Well done. I wonder though, can you challenge yourself even further? What is the smallest container you can build and create that would protect the egg if you dropped it from a height? Now, when you're dropping your egg, you will have had to think of 2 main things. Number 1, whether you are going to design something then that slows the egg down from falling quickly to the ground. So you might, like me, use a parachute model, or you may decide that you want to build something like wings to try and slow it down. And secondly, you'll be thinking about cushioning. Inside my pot, I put lots of lovely soft material that I thought was going to protect the egg when it hit the ground. Combining the 2 means then that you have got a surefire way to give your egg the best chance of survival. But if it does crack and you've used a hard-boiled egg, you have got a perfect lunch. Enjoy. This is an indoor egg experiment. For it, you will need a container that you can fill with water. You'll need some salt. You'll need something that you can measure the salt into. I'm going to use a tablespoon. And our trusty egg. Firstly, fill your container with water so that it comes nearly to the top. And then gently drop your egg in. It sinks. What we're going to try to do is just using salt, see if we can make our egg float. So take it out. We'll need it a bit later. And then measure out your salt. So firstly, I am going to use 1 tablespoon. I'm going to drop it into the water and I'm going to stir it. And now I'm going to see what happens when I drop my egg back again. Oh, you can see there's some movement. If you look very carefully, you can see the shadow, the outline of the egg just about there. It's definitely not floating at the top. So what I'm going to do is add another tablespoon of salt. So I'm keeping my unit of measure the same, dropping the salt in, giving it a stir. You can see the egg there. It's getting cloudier. Now, our egg still isn't floating. Here comes tablespoon number 3. Giving it a stir, being very careful of the egg. If you want, you can take the egg out in between. That was 3 tablespoons. Here's the 4th. In it goes. I'm stirring so that the salt dissolves into the water. That was 4. There you can see it, so it's not floating yet. Here comes number 5. Oh, some movement there. You can see it's getting higher in the water. I'm going to try one more. This will be our 6th tablespoon of salt. Here it goes. Stirring around, being very careful of the egg. And there you will see, we've got it right to the top. That egg is just breaking the surface of the water. Our egg is now floating. It took us 6 tablespoons of salt in total to make it float. I wonder how many tablespoons, or whatever else you decide to measure your salt with, I wonder how many it takes for your egg to float. We can also try something else if you have a tall, thin container. Firstly, take your egg out of the water and then pour the salty water so that it comes halfway up your water bottle or whatever other container you're using. And then top up with fresh water so that it comes all the way to the top. Now, drop your egg in. And this time, it sinks, even though we've used the same salty water from the other container when the egg floated. Now, that's because objects sink in water when they are more dense than the water itself. Salty water is more dense than plain water. The more salty it is, the more dense it becomes. Once water is salty enough, it will be more dense than the egg, so the egg then floats. But why do you think this egg in the water bottle has sunk? I'll leave you to ponder.